worked.
I liked it.
That was great. Good afternoon. I went a little too early there.
You did?
Yeah. After the one call, I was like, good. And then the camera cut on.
Beautiful.
Oh, boy. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the St. Johns County Show that's on in the afternoon. We've got a great show to end your week today.
So inspiring. Yes.
Last year, we talked a little bit with Dr. Helen Carey at University of St. Augustine.
Amazing.
She's doing a lot of groundbreaking research with ALS patients. And we've got Theresa Stettner in here with us as well, and they're going to talk about some of the new developments.
You guys are going to be amazed on
it really is amazing. It's awesome, man. So we are going to get there in just a couple of minutes. We got a lot to go over there. We're also going to talk about your events. We're going to give you some memes to laugh at by the end of the day. And I'm on deck for horoscopes today.
Yeah, last week you ran out on us. You did.
Yeah, I did.
So this week, they better be brutal to you. I'm sorry. I had to say it. You've been brutal.
I'll make them
all of
extra
us.
brutal.
Yeah.
I'll just talk about my actual life, and people will be horrified.
Just air out your childhood trauma.
Horrified. That's
horoscopes.
right.
Awesome.
Yeah. People will never watch that segment again.
Aw.
All right. They will go to Beaux-Arts Ford Lincoln, though.
Yes,
Since 1949, they've been more than just a dealership at Beaux-Arts. They are a family-owned beacon of trust right here in St. Augustine. Founded on the principles of honesty, integrity, and community service, the Beaux-Arts family tradition continues to thrive through generations. They got that state-of-the-art service facility, 91 climate-controlled bays out there, a quick lane for no appointment needed maintenance, and you can always enjoy the comforts of their customer lounge and the unique flavors of Ford's Garage while you're there. They are the proud recipients of the prestigious Triple Crown Award and named Florida's Dealer of the Year by Dealer Rater. Their team is dedicated to providing an enjoyable and efficient experience. Out there at Beaux-Arts Ford Lincoln, they offer the best in pricing, selection, and service just off 95 and State Road 16, where your satisfaction is their mission, and they are driven to inspire. Also, our friends at the Bailey Group. Over 300 companies and organizations trust the Bailey Group to carefully craft a benefits package and program that supports and reflects their vision. No matter where you want to go, they're going to help you get there together. Their first priority is helping you take care of yourself and your family. They want to learn more about your personal situation, sit down with you, identify your dreams and goals, understand your risk tolerance. Long-term relationships that encourage open and honest communication have always been the cornerstone of their foundation of success. Give them a call today, 904-461-1800. And then, of course, Elace Med Spa.
So good.
Great, man. Super relaxing. Always a rejuvenating experience. You can experience everything from hydrofacials to Botox, dermal fillers, laser treatments, and a whole lot more. And their expert staff is going to work with you to develop a personalized treatment plan tailored to your unique needs and goals. Mention Davey's name if you're a first-time client and get $100 off your services. Huge.
I'm telling you, I'm just handing it out. Yeah.
You
amazing.
I don't know how you have any money left, Davey.
Well, it's on a payment.
They charge
plan,
you
so,
for these.
Well,
Every time somebody comes in and they give away $100, they send you the bill.
I promised Greg I'd bring an audience.
Yeah?
I would do it.
There
Yeah.
you go. You delivered. Now it's rubbing off on you.
I know.
Hear it. All right.
Telling you what's rubbing off on Elace, though. It's Give Back and Get Great Deals right now. It's their Pink Charity event going on. So there's some major deals with some services. So yeah, check them out on their socials. A lot of it's going to Rethreaded. We interviewed
Love
them.
Rethreaded.
Yeah. So
Great
good stuff.
organization.
Check that out. I love what they're doing over there at Elace.
Yeah, man, for sure. Hey, I love what they're doing over there at the University of St. Augustine.
Yes.
With Dr. Helen Carey in charge of the ship there for ALS research, doing a lot of great things. Dr. Carey, how are you this afternoon? Good to see you again.
Very good. Thank you. Good to see you as well. It's nice to be invited back. Thank you.
Why do you say that like you're not invited back everywhere? Wait, hang on.
No, there's lots of places I'm not invited back.
Okay, all right.
So it's reassuring to
Us
be
too.
invited
We
back
can
here.
compare lists. I think our list will be higher, but that's okay.
Yeah. You won't see us in a library anytime soon over there. Yeah. Golly.
And Theresa Stettner. Theresa, how are you this morning?
I'm good.
This
How are
afternoon,
you?
I'm sorry. Good. Now, can you both share a little bit about your backgrounds and how you both became involved with ALS research at the University of St. Augustine? Dr. Carey, I'll start with you.
Okay, yeah. So ALS journey for me was a very long time ago. Started about 96 when I saw my first patient that had ALS and desperately wanted to help that person. I think it's a disease that once you meet somebody with ALS, you're touched by it. And from then, unfortunately, my dad had the symptoms of ALS. He had the type of ALS that affects the upper region of respiratory, swallowing, and he died within 12 months of first of all being diagnosed with the disease, which is fairly unusual. It's the more rapid progression.
Really?
And then I was hooked. I obviously knew from a personal, I knew clinically, and then I was successful in receiving research fellowship within Wales in the UK. As you can tell, I'm not a native Floridian.
What?
Funnily enough, and by this accent. And so I did research on exercise in ALS, and that brought me to speak here in Orlando, and that brought me to work with the University of St. Augustine, put our students together, and they asked me to come here. So I went, what's not to like about coming to Florida and working for this university for a little while?
Yeah.
And here I am. And now we're working with the ALS Association, and we're very involved with the ALS Walk. So
awesome. Cool.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's a great walk here in St. Augustine.
Yeah.
And Theresa, how about you?
So one of my cousins actually had a father-in-law who had ALS. And when I was an undergrad, I was studying exercise science, and he was very involved with Spartan races and very active all throughout his life. So that got me thinking in undergrad that I wanted to do a project on ALS and exercise. So it kind of started there. And then when I got to probably third term at the University of St. Augustine, I pitched my idea to Dr. Carey, and she was hooked. And I had no idea she had background in exercise and ALS before I shared my idea with her. So that's how I got started with this project.
We have two other, like we have Brianna Barcel, that Dr. Brianna Barcel that's just graduated. She was involved in doing the swim study. Similarly, she got hooked on being involved with ALS. And we've also got another student, Andrea Burton, at the moment, that's doing creativity and the use of creativity to help people with ALS.
Really? So can you talk about like the extraordinary aspects of the whole swimming program? Because you brought this forward in a new light for at least our community to see, this is a new way for ALS patients to thrive.
Yeah. So we're currently working with a few patients that have ALS in the swimming pool. Now, the pool brings a lot of benefits. It's heated to a specific temperature to help relax the muscles, and when you're in a swimming pool, it takes the pressure off of joints. So it allows more mobility that you don't necessarily have on land to do things like walking. So if you're in a wheelchair, let's say, and you get in a pool, you could potentially be able to walk because of buoyancy and that less pressure that you put on your joints.
It's like low impact almost.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So we've seen, it's really special the first time somebody comes into our pool and we're there and we help them, and they get to see the legs move with the buoyancy of it.
That's got to be amazing.
So that's got to be amazing. It helps with the stiffness of the joints. And we found that it does help with some elements of quality of life. Just the fact of being able to do it, the relaxing element. And for us as occupational therapists, we're about helping people to do things that they want to do. So obviously if somebody doesn't like swimming, this isn't going to work for them irrespective of being ALS. But especially here we are in Florida, swimming, loads of us love to laze about in the swimming pools. We love to do things. So it's activities that people with ALS have thought that they couldn't do any longer. And we're there to help them do it and help them, give them confidence of how they can do it outside of our pool as well.
So when Theresa came to you, what was your first reaction? Were you like, why haven't we done this yet? Or what do we have to do to get there?
Yeah, so it was like Theresa's actually doing a different study on exercise. It was Brianna that was the person that came to me about the swimming study. She'd previously been a swimming teacher. She'd been a lifeguard as well. And she said it would be really interesting to do this when she was listening to me talk about ALS. And we went, yeah, let's go for it. We looked at the other studies that had been out about hydrotherapy and working within wards for people with ALS. And there was a few of very single sort of case studies that said, yeah, they liked it, but there was nothing that said any more than that.
Really?
So for us, we looked at how they were with their quality of life, asked them questions about how they were doing, then did a period of the swimming pool intervention and found it made quite a difference to how they felt. So the research finished and we felt it was wrong to stop doing it. So that's why we still open up a swimming pool for people with ALS, and we do it through what we call pro bono work now. So I do it with the students, and the students deliver the intervention with me very closely there. It helps the students, it helps us from a research side, and most of all, it helps the people with ALS.
So let's talk about the research side of it. What are some of the findings that you guys have been able to discover through this program, and what are some of the things you're hoping to uncover through this research as it continues?
So certainly it's now become, like when I started with doing some of these studies quite a few years ago, we exercise was seen. We weren't sure what to do. And a question lots of people with ALS would ask us as occupational therapists and physical therapists, how much can I do? And we didn't really know the answer. We now know the answer much more. If somebody has mild to moderate symptoms, then they should do mild to moderate exercise. If they've got very severe symptoms in a certain area, incredibly weak, then we shouldn't be moving that limb excessively more.
Gotcha.
So what's really interesting with ALS and quite tricky is you can have very different symptoms all over your body. So some people would have quite severe symptoms within their lower limbs and not be able to lose the lower limbs, but can use their upper limbs. So we would do more exercise on their upper limbs than the lower limbs. People that have respiratory problems, we would use their arms and the legs, and we'll do mild to moderate exercise on that. So we now have a much better gauge on how much exercise to do and where to do it.
So Theresa, can you talk a little bit about the symptoms? What does that look like, and do they progress over time?
So, like Dr. Carey said, symptoms are very different in everybody. You can have them start in your respiratory muscles. You can have them start in your hands. A very common sign of ALS is muscle wasting in your thumb area. So like this area here.
Okay.
So it can affect everything. You can have fasciculations, which are essentially just muscle twitches. You can have swallowing problems, breathing problems.
And it's like a paralyzed feeling, right? You just can't use those parts anymore.
Essentially, kind of, but not really. So most of the time you're still able to do it, but you might require support to do it.
Okay.
So for, let's say, your breathing muscles, if you're struggling with breathing, then you can use a vent to help. It doesn't necessarily mean you need a tracheostomy.
Got it.
It can be a non-invasive vent that you can walk around with, and it'll help you breathe. And it really does vary, but it is a progressive disease, but it progresses at a different rate with every single person.
And movement is the greatest medicine. True or false?
I say true.
Love it.
But
It
some
depends.
Okay.
disagree.
Yeah.
So mild to moderate with mild to moderate symptom. I think the big thing that we're trying to do at the University of St. Augustine with our therapists is provide positivity. So you can look at a neurodegenerative disease and you can think of all the things that you can't do. And we will look at how can we help people do the things they want to, need to, or are expected to do. So still be able to live life with ALS, that it won't completely embrace it. And that's certainly that we're doing is bringing positivity within the therapy. So our therapy, we enjoy delivering the therapy session. People that come to us, they let them involved with us, go out of the treatment session having enjoyed the session. And I think sometimes when we're involved in neurodegenerative disease, it's very easy to not enjoy simple activities or not enjoy things that we used to do. So the whole idea of occupational therapy is to help people do what they want to do. And that's hopefully what
gives
we're
them a
doing.
freedom that they can't necessarily find.
And obviously when we want to do something, we do something better and we rejuvenate better.
It's got to give everybody involved a very unique perspective on living your regular life, right? Because, you just mentioned something that kind of hit me, and that's people really enjoy doing the basic things that you and I may take for granted. And ALS patients get extreme joy and extreme feelings of accomplishment, just being able to do the basic things that we take for granted. And
there's a concept that we learn in occupational therapy called occupational flow. It's when you're really enjoying something. It's like me sitting here now.
God bless. Yeah.
I'm really enjoying it. We're all really enjoying it. We're all really discussing. Hopefully people that are listening and watching this are really enjoying it. you become in an occupational flow. So time becomes nothingness. You're enjoying yourself. Things are just happening, and you do things automatically. And the trick we talk within treating people with ALS in the therapy session is to get that sweet spot. And what that sweet spot is, when people are in an occupational flow, their muscles are working naturally. They're not thinking about having ALS. They're being involved in the doing.
Yeah, take that out of that. Take that out of that fear, right? That fear factor.
And that's the secret. That's what we're trying to teach our students what to do, to help people through how they are, how they behave, how they construct the treatment, to allow occupational flow in the middle of the treatment.
So empathy can be taught, or is it something that's organic?
Really interesting. I don't know. I think
I know, right?
Certainly, I see students in our university that as soon as you see them, you go, yeah, they've got it. They're going to be absolutely fabulous. They're the students that we help around. And it's a skill the same as learning any other skill.
Yeah.
By the time they graduate, I assure you they've all got it.
God bless. That's awesome. That's so cool.
So as we know it right now, there is no cure for ALS. Are you seeing any encouraging research, maybe experimental research, anything out there? Because I know you're obsessed with this. You really are, and you got to be, and that's why we're lucky to have you here helping out with University of St. Augustine on programs like this. But are you seeing anything encouraging out there since maybe the last time we talked to you?
There's still lots of there's medication that are coming out. There's constant drug therapy research going on. The Hope and Health Symposium is happening again within Florida. That the ALS Association run, whereas when we're hearing all the great and the best about what the general studies are at the moment, we still hang on hoping there will be a cure. That's obviously why we're here. That's why we're doing it. We get step by step closer all the time. I think at the moment there's drug therapy that can buy a little bit of time. That's what it does. It just buys a little bit of time.
Theresa, thinking about you in undergrad and seeing you now, how has it evolved for you? How has treatments evolved? Have you seen progress with just being boots on the ground on the front row?
So I never would have in my wildest dreams thought I'd actually be able to go through with this study. It was just a paper that I wrote, and I didn't forget about the paper. I saved it on my desktop because it was the most important paper that I've written in my life, other than the one I'm writing now.
That's the right answer.
Yeah, she looked right at you, right? A plus.
She doesn't grade it.
I don't actually.
But based off of what I've heard so far from the participants in my study, they have really enjoyed it, and they have felt benefits of doing it. And I did tweak it a little bit from when I initially wrote it. And I do give them a little bit of what I call homework. I do give them little exercises to do throughout the week before we meet. So we meet in person once a week for this study. And then I have them complete this little homework 2 to 3 times a week at home with help if needed. And I have been told that they have felt exhilarated, and it does help them in the long run throughout the week. So it gives me a lot of hope for this study.
I love that.
Now let's talk a little bit about the ALS walk. I know you're big involved in this. This is coming up October 26th in St. Augustine, right?
Yeah.
How are you a
On
part of that
Saturday
this
morning.
year? Yeah.
So Theresa and I are a part of helping Davey and the Bailey Group and the ALS Association. And the University of St. Augustine is going to be helping. We're going to be sponsoring. We're going to be there. We're going to have lots of volunteers. We also got Flagler that are very involved with us, and also the health academies at Tokyo School and Pedro Menendez is going to be helping us. Dave will know all the other places that are helping us. We've got lots of people that do have ALS that are coming that are coming and joining us, and have got a huge amount of support. As usual, it's great. It's one of those moments that if you're around people with ALS, it's one of those really good moments that we're raising such good funds to be able to help people live with more positivity during this disease.
I love our walk because I think it's really important. There's so many people that have questions about ALS. I mean, there's still people out there that call it ASL, which obviously that's not
that's AOL, right?
Right?
Now we're
Yeah.
getting into a lot of
AOL, another one,
acronyms, right?
Yeah.
But we have a lot of information tent for families. We have that new tent that's going to be a great educational piece too, and I think. But it also gives a freedom to ALS patients out there to be able to feel like, wow, I can see downtown St. Augustine like we complain about traffic. They don't ever get to experience how beautiful our town is. So that's what's so inspiring that day.
Yeah.
And it's a cavalier, just an easy breezy walk right up St. George Street through the city gates. And you've got all these high schools and all these universities coming together and just making such a really cool spectacle. And there's nothing but joy and love on that day.
The way that we're going to get through helping people with ALS, the way we're going to be able to find a cure is, yes, the research is really important, but a lot of it is about community. I think people, once they've been involved with ALS, they're touched by how much they can do, how much they can help. So the whole idea of the morning is such a huge community. I think even if you've never met somebody with ALS, you don't know about it, come along and just enjoy the experience of it. Because we also make it fun. Going back to what I said, it's a positive event.
Absolutely.
Now, how can people who are interested in supporting your ALS research and your work, can people get involved? Is there a way to do that?
Yeah, we do lots of information sessions. We do some training type sessions. We also publish bits of our research that people can see. I'd say anybody that's interested, anybody that wants to be a part, just let me know through the university. Let's see what we can do. Especially if there's anybody there that's listening to this that does have ALS, that wants to be a part of some of our studies, give us a shout.
I'll tell you, Dr. Carey, Pete and I were at a football game last year, and we had a family that walked up and saw this interview that we talked to you and actually relocated to St. Augustine to be a part of your study. That's incredible, just to know that we are definitely getting out there and building that awareness for families out there.
Yeah, lovely.
Well, thank you so much
Pleasure.
for coming
Thank
in,
you
for all the
having
work
us.
you're doing every single day. It's really awesome, and you're helping a lot of people, and we appreciate it here in our community.
Thank
And
you.
Theresa, thank you so much for your awesome work as well, your studies, and the great work and the passion that you have for helping people with ALS. It's
Thank
very
you for
impressive.
having
It's
me.
very great.
And everybody out there, October 26th, I'll put link in comments. Everybody sign up. We've got a great 904 Now team. I believe we are leading the pack for as many members.
That's not shocking.
Yeah, we're doing great. So everybody sign up. It's the walk is complimentary. There's a lot of fun things, and Peace Love Little Donuts are going to be there.
Yeah,
So
Ripley's, believe it or not, awesome of them to let you guys use the parking lot for that.
Yes,
it's
sir.
a great, very fun event.
Thank you.
I want
Yes.
to see everybody out there. Very cool, man.
Yeah, great chat. Thank you.
Exciting stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of exciting, how about Old Town Trolley's giveaway for some of these Sing Out Loud tickets?
Oh,
Sing
yeah.
Out Loud's coming right up, man.
Big deal. Here it comes next
And
weekend.
if you're looking for an unforgettable weekend next weekend, we've got just the ticket, literally. Well, the Sing Out Loud 2-day general admission tickets are officially completely sold out. We've reserved a limited number just for you, available exclusively through this offer. You can join us on September 21st and 22nd in historic downtown St. Augustine for the Live Wildly Showcase, featuring incredible performances by Noah Kahn, Eric Church, and many others.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the best part. You can snag these tickets below face value.
So nice for locals.
Yeah, that's an awesome perk for
We
locals.
never get a
way
deal.
below face value.
We never get a deal. This is a deal.
No, we don't. Plus, as an extra bonus that comes with the tickets is 7 top attractions at St. Augustine, absolutely free. There were a bunch of organizations out there that were like, wait, we're not
what?
giving anything away free. Hang
There's
on.
only 7.
7 great organizations definitely are. Old Town Trolleys, the Old Jail, the Oldest Storm Museum, Potter's Wax Museum, St. Augustine History Museum, the Fountain of Youth, and the Pirate and Treasure Museum.
Cool.
So not only are you going to get a discount on the Sing Out Loud tickets themselves, but you're going to get some freebies along the way, which is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
You can go to trolleytours.com and get those reduced price tickets. You can also stop by the Welcome Center, and if you do that, you get an extra $10 off.
How cool is that?
That's really awesome.
The perks are endless.
We love Old Town Trolley. They do so many cool things like this for our community. And you will too. Hop on a green train next time you're downtown.
And for 45 years, All-American Air have been serving St. Augustine and its surrounding counties, including St. John's, Flagler, Duval, and Putnam. Their areas of expertise include warranty and non-warranty service work on all makes and models of AC units. They also have preventative maintenance service agreements and new construction installations, of course. And don't forget, they have equipment replacement with high efficiency systems. From the Lennox Home Wonders to the iComfort Ultra Smart Thermostat. They've got all your HVAC products in stock. Give them a call, 904-461-0070.
And while you're downtown for Sing Out Loud or any other reason, you can stop by our friends at Bin 39, the absolute best wine bar in downtown St. Augustine and all of St. Augustine, really.
They have a special spot in the ALS walk, too, just saying.
Oh, do they? Okay, that's great. That's great. They're open from 8 to 8 daily. They got live music out in their courtyard and on their patio most days from 1 to 7. It's just a great time out there. You can sit out there, relax with friends, and maybe just sip on a few glasses if you want. Or if you find something you really like, you can take a bottle or two home. Great folks down there. Over 95 wines for you to choose from. Probably a few more since the last time we talked to them. It has been 39 there at 4 St. George Street, and you can call them and pick their brain, 904-827-5740. All right. Horoscope time. We got Capricorn and Pisces on deck today. We'll start with Capricorn. Work, work, work. That's all you think about, Capricorn. Wait, did they switch this for mine?
Yeah. Yeah.
But this week, your career-driven mind will clash headlong with a series of unfortunate events that will make Murphy's Law feel like a golden rule.
Really?
Oof. By the time next week arrives, you'll be questioning why you even bother. Here's a hint. You bother because without work, you're just a hollow shell of ambition. I'm convinced they switched ours today.
Messy.
Dream on, Pisces. Pisces, here we go. Should have said we were doing Pisces before I started reading Pisces. Dream on, Pisces, because reality this week is going to hit you like a ton of bricks. Your romantic ideals and creative aspirations will crumble under the weight of your crippling procrastination. By Friday, you'll be swimming in a sea of unmet expectations and wondering why the universe is so cruel. Spoiler, it's not the universe, it's you.
Ooh.
Got to do some internal searching.
Yeah, you might have to do a meditational moment or some sound bath. Try that. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hey, the crew of 829 is doing a low country boil at the St. Augustine Elks Lodge.
Ooh.
So fun. They always make great food, too. Sunday, September 29th from 4 to 10 p.m. It's going to be a lot of fun. We know our buddy Joe Smith Jr. is going to be out there.
Yeah.
Second annual Low Country Boil. Proceeds for Students and Scholarships Fund. I know this goes very far, especially to our Title I schools out there. There'll be a special performance by the band Salt Run and the Salt Tones Band. So yeah, check that out on the 29th.
Lots of salt there.
Lots of salt.
There you go.
Should get Salty Dog for the encore.
Joe Smith and his dad are great people, man.
Yeah, they are
do
amazing people.
A lot of really cool events to benefit cool people.
Hey, a night of champagne and shopping is happening at your fancy Shantytown Village.
Hey, I love Shantytown Village.
Unfortunately, you're not invited to this one because it's ladies' night. All right, Saturday, September 21st, 6 to 9 p.m. This is a private event for all the ladies out there. An evening of shopping, champagne, and treats. Enjoy awesome deals on crafts, gifts, and free samples featuring baked goods, succulent chocolates, jewelry, European purses, soaps, and private treasures. There's also going to be a possible tarot card reader that night.
Oh.
So everybody gets a free gift. Check it out. It's Ladies' Night at Shantytown, September 21st.
Possible tarot card reading. So
Possible.
they may need a psychic to find out if the psychic's going to show up.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
All
Try
right.
LaToya Jackson. I heard she's open.
By the way, Davey, I may not be a lady, but I played one on a billboard once.
What? Oh, so maybe you could get away with it. Right.
Yep, I've still got the wig.
That's awesome. It's probably all ratted.
It's in bad shape.
Speaking of ratted, calling all cat lovers.
Ah.
If you're not going to Sing Out Loud festival, you can go to the biggest cat show in Florida.
Oh, that's a tough day to compete.
It's going to be a lot of pee smell. But September 21st and 22nd, Saturday and Sunday, 9 to 4 at Ocean Center. Of course, I know this is down in Daytona, but we have some cat lovers out there.
Yeah, we do.
At least they're keeping it in Daytona. So don't miss out, cat lovers. Daytona Beach and Cat Show adoption event, September 21st and 22nd. Your heart will be filled with fluffy joy. You can now purchase tickets, and I'll put link in comments for you. Come see the amazing cats at the fantastic Daytona Cat Show.
All right.
Yeah, see Jennifer Corn. It's a super cat show. They're
Okay.
very excited
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
Nice.
One comment.
Yeah.
No, that's cool, man. Speaking of cool, Magnolia Family Dentistry. They're cool because they're redefining what it means to visit the dentist in St. Augustine and St. Johns County. Led by the dynamic Dr. Paula Rodriguez, Magnolia Family Dentistry is not just about clean teeth. They're about a clean and extraordinary experience across the board. You're going to notice that from the moment you step through their doors, and you are welcomed into a state-of-the-art practice that prioritizes your comfort and your well-being. Experience the difference with Magnolia Family Dentistry, where a healthy smile meets exceptional care. Now, schedule your appointment today by calling 904-824-0990 and see why so many of your friends and neighbors are smiling so big about Dr. Rodriguez and her fabulous team out there at Magnolia Family Dentistry. They're located in the Flagler Whitehall Park, just about 10 minutes from almost anybody in St. Johns County. Magnolia Family Dentistry. They're awesome. Speaking of awesome, Shayla Moore. Cool. Step beyond the velvet rope and into the heart of plush romance at Shayla Moore, St. Augustine's premier jazz venue, tapas lounge, and special event space. Treat yourself to an unforgettable evening where Chef Ellie Rose's artisanal tapas dazzle your taste buds, and Chef Austin crafts fresh, vibrant, and exclusive sushi experiences to elevate your palate. Sip on fabulous drinks while live jazz fills the air, creating the perfect date night ambiance. They specialize in private dining, rehearsal dinners, baby showers, luncheons, any type of great party you can really imagine. Their space is perfect for up to 150 guests. Inquire to reserve a date for the holidays and mention 904 now. Save $200.
Nice.
They're at 45 San Marco Avenue. Complimentary parking for their guests. They are a 21-plus establishment, and they're open from 4 to 11 and feature nightly music at 7. Reserve your table now. Check out bitesbubblesandjazz.com.
And every guest, every time since 1987, Panache has been a cut above the rest. Their mission of Panache is to care for their team, guests, and community from scalp to soul and bring the joy to the world one service at a time. Their carefully chosen and highly trained staff are there to exceed your expectations. They're also proud to align with Aveda's mission of ethical and sustainable business practices and its high fashion aesthetic. They share Aveda's exceptional standards of quality products, treatments, guest care, and everything they do reflects the standards of an Aveda salon. Get posh and go to getpanache.com and get with it, boo.
All right, man. How are we winding it out today?
All right, fun cursed images for your pleasure.
All right.
All right, this one says, please do not climb on the rocks. And this goat didn't climb. He jumped there, so no rules were broken.
That's right.
Yep,
fair.
True. Next up, he's playing a reverse Uno card on this play. Yes,
I hope that was real.
That's awesome.
That guy went into the game knowing he was going to get a penalty.
Probably, yeah.
Okay,
Maybe
yeah,
he's a
just making sure of
habitual,
that. Yeah.
Next up, the best part of waking up is garlic in your cup.
No.
Don't get confused.
Jeez.
Yeah. Next up, okay, dump truck Grimace, I see you. Back it up.
Grimace got a new career after
bless.
McDonald's let him go.
Next up, okay, Rick, I see you, Pink Panther. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's fancy.
That's the car Rick's working on right now.
Love it.
Yep.
Next up, learn to drive. First day.
That's a lot more lessons are needed there.
Whoops. Next up, I don't know if this is at Shanty Town. They do have candles, but SpaghettiOs candle.
No thanks. Probably a Shantytown, but no thanks.
Yeah,
no
don't
thanks.
eat that. Yeah. Next up, oh my gosh, this is like, what is this, Halloween horror fest?
Yeah.
That's scary, right?
Yeah.
Next up, oh, what a crappy head.
Oh, who would do that? He must have lost a bet.
He must have lost a bet, yeah. I wonder how long it has to stay there. And finally, this guy has a chipped tooth.
Oh,
all right.
That's something.
That is something.
That's something.
A lot of information on that, too.
That's real gold.
Yeah. There you
All
go.
right.
Dr. Rodriguez.
There you go. Everybody have a great weekend, and we will be back in just a few hours for coverage of the St. Augustine High School Yellow Jackets football game tonight. We will see you there.
Go Jackets.